Hello friends, today we are on the road headed north in Michigan's beautiful Upper Peninsula. Our destination is Headquarters Lake for several days of R&R and horseback riding. I am excited and a little apprehensive as we have never been to this campground before. However, I have a good feeling about this. The weather is beautiful, the Princess Castle is loaded up, and I am ready to do some exploring. Come along with us. We are the 906 Adventure Explorers. Headquarters Lake Equestrian State Forest Campground is in Michigan's beautiful Upper Peninsula, about 25 miles north of Newberry via M123 and County Road 407. It sits just a scant 3.5 miles from Lake Superior. The campground itself has 6 campsites, all of which are on the lake. There is also a large group site with picket posts at the entrance to the campground. Seeing that this is a state park, you can reserve these sites on the Michigan DNR Reservations website. Amenities include vault toilets, potable water, fire pits, and picnic tables. However, there is no electricity. The campground sits on Old Headquarters Lake, which is a smaller lake of approximately 9 acres. After reaching our destination, I parked the Princess Castle in the group area at the entrance to the campground and continued in on foot. I wanted to make sure that the camper would fit and that there would be sufficient space to turn around. My plan was to look for low-hanging branches on the way in so as not to damage the RV. I was excited to get the camp set up, however, I was very apprehensive about blindly driving in. Therefore, I walked in on foot and was pleasantly surprised. No overhanging trees, a nice level site we could fit into, and a loop at the end to allow us to turn around. We had rented 2 sites in a row, and there was plenty of room for the fifth wheel, a horse trailer, and 2 trucks. The girls set up a pen in between the 2 sites. Both sites backed up to the water and we were very pleased. The next day, before leaving the camper, I poured myself a cup of coffee. As I opened the door, I felt the chill of the morning air. I made my way down to the lake, which was only a few steps from the camper. The steam was rising off the water into the air. The trees were golden, bathed in the morning sunshine. I felt fortunate to be enjoying my coffee lakeside on such a beautiful morning. As the girls began saddling up their horses for their ride, I loaded Smems into the truck so that we could begin our adventure. Smems, in all her excitement, promptly took a nap. Our destination was Muskallonge State Park on Lake Superior, just a short 4.5 miles from the campground. Once we arrived, I parked the truck in the picnic area and proceeded across the street to a hiking trail that leads down to Lake Superior. Trail is rather steep, but it's worth it. Alright, Smems and I are on Lake Superior, just across from Muskallonge Lake State Park. Beautiful beach there. Lake Superior is so calm. Kinds of beautiful agates it looks like in the water. The water is so clear. Very few people here. Parking lot for the beach access is closed, and the stairwell down to the beach is also washed away from the storm. Looks like Lake Superior was a little angry. We had to park at the state park itself, day use area, and walked over to the beach here. We'll be checking out the state park here in a little bit. Very beautiful. First time I've been up to Muskallonge. Just an FYI, there is about a 30-foot difference between the roadway and Lake Superior. And with the stairwell washed out, the only way to access the beach is by using a rather steep hiking trail. It's not all that bad, but just take into consideration that it's a lot more difficult than the stairs. Lake Superior was like glass, and the temps had warmed up nicely. I could have not have drawn up a better day. Across the roadway is Muskallonge Lake State Park, which has 159 sites and features electrical hookups, modern restrooms, a sanitation station, a playground, picnic area, and a boat ramp on Muskallonge Lake. After taking a pass through the state park and also swinging through the boat landing, Smems and I pointed the truck south and headed back to Headquarters Lake. Muskallonge Lake is definitely on my to-do list. After returning to the campsite and starting a fire, the girls returned from their ride. To be honest, they were not all that impressed with the trails. The trails they had ridden were all dual use, meaning that they were shared between horses and off-road vehicles. The traffic on the trails was not all that bad, however, it was very dusty. Most of the trails were sandy two-tracks. Now for the pros and cons. The pros, we have reservable lakeside sites, potable water, beautiful lake, and many miles of trails. For the cons, it's a dual-use trails, no electricity, and you're off the beaten path, which could be a pro. I, for one, can recommend Headquarters Lake. It's easy access, beautiful Headquarters Lake, and being so close to Lake Superior makes it a perfect jumping-off point for many different adventures. We are glad you came along with us on this adventure. If you enjoyed this type of content, please hit the subscribe and like buttons. Our thought for this video is to always be humble and kind. Now get out there and enjoy God's green earth.